Hey everybody, Dan here for the Flex Bigfoot channel, and we are going to go over our running shoes. Okay, if you are a taller and heavier person, you know there's a lot of impact that goes in on your runs, so you need a well-cushioned shoe. You're going to need something that has some good energy return to keep you going during one of those treadmill sessions, and that's where I have been doing my runs on the treadmill. So again, if you're a bigger person, the treadmill kind of bounces you a bit and it's not as unforgiving as pavement. So you are sometimes better off to protect the joints doing a treadmill run. You can do, a run on pavements and everything. Then you're really going to need a well-cushioned shoe. Before we get started, I'll just remind everyone once again, let's get the subscription numbers up. Let's get the likes up so we get more views and have people see the videos and I can, keep bringing you this content. I will get started with, all right, this is the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit 2. I want to get that on all in there. Now, when I started buying more and more shoes, it seemed like some of the shoes that were 16 were tight. So I bought 17, but unbeknownst to me, especially with a Flyknit that's stretchable, 17 was too big. So, okay, ended up putting an insole in this. Okay, I've been using on occasion these Walk Hero insoles. Good for someone with a lower arch or a flat foot like myself. And I didn't even take the other insole out, which most of the time you do to put a new insole in. I just left it in there to try to tighten up the shoe a bit. And even with that, you can see I got the laces really tightened up. So overall, love the shoe, love the look of the shoe. It's a great looking shoe, but a bit too loose. I don't really feel it loose now with the laces tightened and the insole in there, but just overall for your best performance, I usually don't use this shoe as much. Prior to that, I had a Vomero, which is one of Nike's main running shoes, and here is their other main running shoe, the Pegasus. Okay, the Pegasus. This is a Pegasus 38. You can see some of the specs actually on the heel. Okay, so like the Vomero and the Pegasus are known as like their workhorse shoes that running indoors, outdoors, whatever you're going to do. It's known to be one of their Nike's primary running shoes. And comfortable, they only had 15 in this. I figured with the Flyknit, and since it's a running shoe and you want a little more secure fit, I figured 15 would be fine. If they made 15 and a half, that probably would have been perfect. So 15 is just a little snug. Not really that bad because, again, this is really flexible and breathable material. But overall, I was still in search for another running shoe. Now, this wasn't a running shoe. Okay. The SM Impact Flex 16 from Adidas. Okay, size 16 rather, not model 16. And this was the shoe endorsed by Patrick Mahomes, so a football player. I think it's really more designed for cross training. But the comfort of this shoe and the fit of the shoe made it a little better than my other options at that point. So this was very good for the treadmill. You have boost in there. No, bounce. Bounce is in there. So the Bounce is one of, Bounce and Boost are actually the two big ones from Adidas as far as their cushioning setups. So just from fit and a pretty good cushioning setup, this was a good shoe. Not a running shoe, but it was still a good shoe to use on the treadmill. And, black and white, can't be mad at that. Matches just about everything. And I was actually in my storage and I came across this shoe. Let's see. I'll show you the label on this one also. The Alpha Bounce Beyond Team. Size 16. Again, another shoe that fits me very well. 16 seemed to fit me very well with Adidas. Another shoe that just doesn't really have a tongue, just like that shoe. The Impact Flex one. This has a Continental rubber on the bottom, so that's going to be very durable for outdoor runs. And again, it was comfortable. Just even though it's got bounce, it seemed a little stiff. Okay, the impact was a little more noticeable, but it's actually probably because I had already been using another shoe, which was like a max cushion shoe, the Nike Zoom X Invincible Run FK. Now this one they only had in 15, okay, at an actual Nike store on clearance. So I tried them on, they fit well, and I mean, just look at this cushioning setup. Okay, this is one of their top running shoes. And this has kind of become, it's again Flyknit as well, kind of become my go-to. I was on the treadmill yesterday and I used it. My go-to running shoe. I don't have an extra insole in there. With the 15, I can't really do that. I'll give you a look at the insole. Again, with the 15, I can't really fit anything else in there. But it's really, you do have that rocker again. It's going to be a really great choice for those who are a bit bigger, heavier, you're working out, you're bulking up, and you need something that's going to take that impact. This is going to be a great shoe for that. And it's very well padded around the heel. The tongue is very well padded. It's a very well padded tongue. So this, again, has kind of been my go-to now. I'll do that 70 minutes of cardio. I'll do abs after that. And never been a problem so far with this shoe. So again, all these shoes still have a purpose. They, again, especially if I'm not going on the treadmill, but I am going to be walking a lot, most likely I'm going to use one of these other shoes. So just make sure there's other brands as well. Hoka has a very well padded shoe for the bigger, heavier person. Do your own research, do a little shopping around. I found that Invincible is a great shoe. That Mahomes shoe, like I said, for the fit and comfort, that was great. Probably with this Infinity Flynet, if it was the right size, this would have been, maybe I would have started and stopped right with this one. Uh, Again, I really still like the look of it, but uh, yeah, Invincible just fits so much better. So that's, again, been my go-to at this point. I have another running shoe on order on the way, so I'll get to that in another video. It's another company's well-padded shoe, well cushioned. We'll see how that does. But once again, I'll just ask, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Hit that like button. Let's make us visible here. And I will come back with more shoes, more weight training tips in the near future.